What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video guys, I have a couple of amazing news. First of all, we have another smoking gun that FINRA lied to Congress and they violate their own rules. On top of that, we have an evidence that FINRA has a conflict of interests, and this news is really massive. The second news is also very important because we have a potential evidence that a huge short sellers scheme was made by DTCC. Yes, you heard me right, by Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation. And it is another massive news for today's video. But before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm. And as I already mentioned in my previous videos, it is very important to me to see this support from you, from my viewers. And guys, I want to begin today's video with this tweet that was made by Timeless team. And there is one MMTLP hero lawman strapping his boots up, stepping forward in the search for truth each and every day, summarizing the MMTLP daily saga. Thank you, partner, for your help in stomping out all the bad snakes hiding in our MMTLP boots. And guys, it is very important to me, and I wrote this response. Thank you very much for your support and for such touching words. It means a lot to me. And yes, guys, it means a lot to me. So, let's continue with other news. Let me show you this tweet that was made by Pocahontas, and let me quote it for you. Oh my god, did Timmy Donahue just find another smoking gun incriminating, you guessed it, FINRA? FINRA found with their sticky hands in the cookie jar again. What more evidence does Congress need to subpoena FINRA and SEC? And Pocahontas refers to this tweet that was written by Timmy Donahue that he wrote 6 hours ago. And he said, FINRA said in their letter to Congressman Norman that they are not an exchange. Well, they lied. MIC, Market Identifier Code XADF, is FINRA of exchange dark pool. That's an open door for naked shorts. Are hedge funds pulling them from offshore and using XADF to report volume? And here you can see the thread that is proving this assumption. So please follow this thread. Below is how corrupt FINRA really is. And he added 2 screenshots. One of them, as you can see, MIC is XADF, MIC ticker symbol, and the market name is FINRA Alternative Display Facility. And here you can see the second screenshot, and you have some highlighted information. Let me show you it in more details. And here you can see that XADF ticker symbol is nothing else but FINRA Alternative Display Facility. They also have other ticker symbols, but they are basically, you can easily identify that FINRA is behind the scenes. But this ticker symbol XADF is a real smoking gun. And let me show you what I'm talking about. If you follow this thread, you can see the second tweet, and it says, notice the highlighted exchange, so please stop insulting us in your letters, FINRA, who is privately reporting your dark pool volume. And he added 2 screenshots again. Here you can see the ticker symbol BMR, and as you can see, FINRA XADF traded this ticker symbol. On top of that, the second evidence, another ticker symbol ZJYL, and XADF also traded this ticker symbol. Next one, AGBA, and again, FINRA was involved in this process as well. And let me quote you further. I have all receipts, so don't bother scrubbing your computers like FIF. This is probably the biggest security scam ever. The US regulator appointed by SEC is trading of exchange in several securities and broke your own rule 6434. Can we trade these increments? And he also added this rule. So it is the screenshot of 6434 rule, minimum pricing increment for OTC equity securities. And on the second screenshot of the same rule, you can find this. Currently, there are no active quoting ADF participants. And this is the pure lie. FINRA was a participant of these actions, and definitely it is another evidence of conflict of interests. And let me show you. For example, John Burda reposted the tweet that was written by Yellen J. Yellen, and let me quote this tweet for you. Just FINRA acting as an exchange while regulating at the same time is a huge conflict of interest, and I'm sure a set of laws exist that forbid a regulator from executing trades. And yes, I think it should be some clarifications whether or not authorities can execute any trades, while at the same time they have to regulate the market. And let me show you what should we do or what we shouldn't do with this information. AK Dallas wrote this tweet, and by the way, AK Dallas is the same person who just recently found out that potentially James J. Angel received $1.1 million remuneration from FINRA in order to create his presentation. And let me remind you that you can find it on MMTLP if you search James J. Angel. Here you can see the presentation itself, and it was written back in May of 2023, I guess, and it was represented in front of the Congress. And this presentation is another lie that was made in order to cover the wrongdoers, and it was made not to protect the retail community. So let me show you further. AK Dallas wrote this 2 hours ago. Please don't go to Congress with this information. Please just stop the breaking news post. This could be used by experts to question FINRA to expose MMTLP fraud, but by no means go to Congress. Most of us can't explain it, and most of Congress can't understand it, besides not 100% vetted. And he also added, anytime MMTLP community goes to Congress, the info needs to be 100% vetted. It only takes one instance for FINRA to be right, especially if it's something technical. We have them by the ropes with enough proof to hang them, SEC and many others multiple times. Stay the course. And guys, this is the main idea, that we shouldn't do anything as a community. We shouldn't send this information to Congress, because for Congress members, this information means nothing without the explanation of experts, and definitely they cannot understand this information without this explanation. And that is why, guys, let this information to be represented by our community, by the experts from our community. And believe me, our community is the strongest one on the market right now, and we have this type of specialists who can explain this issue, and who can prepare some documents in order to other our headliners might file new lawsuits or add this information to their existing litigations or in arbitrations. That is why, guys, we have this information. This is another evidence that FINRA is a wrongdoer, and it should be punished. So let me show you another bombshell. So Junk Savvy reposted this tweet that was originally made by Peruvian Bull 11 hours ago. And Peruvian Bull wrote, a house of cards. The DTC has created a massive naked shorting scheme. And he added this screenshot, a house of cards. Part 1. Let me quote to these 2 paragraphs. Summary. The DTC has been taken over by big money. They transitioned from a manual to a computerized ledger system in the 80s, and it played a significant role in the 1987 market crash. In 2003, several issuers with the DTCC wanted to remove their securities from DTC's deposit account because the DTC's participants were naked short selling their securities. Turns out they were right. The DTC and its participants have created a market-sized naked short selling scheme. All of this is made possible by the DTC's Enrollee, Seed and Co. The events we are living through right now are the 50-year ripple effects of stock market evolution. From the birth of the DTC to the cesspool we currently find ourselves in, this DD will illustrate just how fragile the house of cards has become. We've been warned so many times. We've made the same mistakes so many times, and we never seem to learn from them. And let me show you this document in details. It is a 37 pages document which explains how fragile this system is and how DTCC was involved in this naked short selling scheme. And here you can find a lot of evidence, a lot of letters directly related to this issue, a lot of facts that was mentioned by officials and authorities, and it is a proof, another proof that something is wrong with the US stock market and it needs to be fixed. So, and let me show you another news that potentially might not be so important, but still, FINRA mentioned about MMTLP issue, and let me quote you the tweet that was written by Jung Say. She wrote, MMTLP Army, mount up. FINRA gives instructions to MMTLP and NextBridge hydrocarbons investors who have experienced difficulties transferring their shares to AST. As written in their open letter response, investors should file compliance at FINRA's compliant form. Here is the link to this form. And guys, this is very important notice that you have to document your communications with your brokers and FINRA. And here is the screenshot from the letter that was written just recently. And here you can see that, let me quote you this in details. We understand that some investors are nonetheless concerned that their broker-dealers have not received their NextBridge shares, or that the information provided by their broker regarding the shares reflected in their account is not accurate. We have encouraged investors to reach out to their brokerage firm to understand the status of their shares or to discuss their options. For example, investors may request a transfer of shares at the transfer agent from the broker-dealer's name to their name. This transfer may take time to achieve and may involve fees. If an investor makes such a request and their broker-dealer has not been willing to transfer their shares pursuant to their instructions, the investors should contact the broker to understand the status of their NextBridge shares, and if the broker does not provide a satisfactory explanation, the investor may submit an investor complaint to FINRA. And this is FINRA's own statement that they mentioned in the letter that was written on January 31st in response to the bipartisan open letter that was prepared by Ralph Norman's office back in December of 2023. And yes, we have to act because a lot of people tried to transfer their shares to AST, but they faced a lot of problems, such as huge fees for transferring, and basically some of them even unable to transfer these shares because of the internal rules, and they cannot do anything, despite that these shares are on a regular account. So it is what it is, and we have to solve this problem. And to do it, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends and family. Because the more people know about this saga, the more attention we have, and the more likely that we will win this battle no matter what. So, see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.